This might be my hottest Star Wars take. I don't hate the Martez Sisters arc in the Clone Wars Season 7. I don't hate it. I don't. Like, do I think that it's perfect? No. I think that as characters, the sisters are kind of underdeveloped. And I do think that Season 7 could have used the time that was given to that arc to something else, like potentially a death on Utapau, or like maybe tying in some of what was going on with Padme. Sure. And like, yeah, I do think that it's not great that Star Wars, like, as a franchise, kind of struggles to bring in Hispanic characters without immediately assigning them a drug running history. Like, even Poe Dameron, like, what is up with that? I feel like that's not fine. But the Martez Sisters arc does a couple of really important things that I'm really glad are included in a show like The Clone Wars. My largest issue with The Clone Wars as a show is, for the most part, that it focuses so specifically on the Jedi and the clones, when the war that the Jedi and the clones are fighting is something that affects lots and lots and lots and lots of regular people. And for all of that, we get really frustratingly few stories about regular people. And so I think it's really important that we get a story about characters on Coruscant, theoretically a borderline utopian place, who have been effectively orphaned because of the Jedi, left to fend for themselves because of the Jedi, and are now implicated with lots and lots of crime because they've been left to support themselves with little to no institutional support. If any of you are about to come into my comments section and be like, the Jedi were just as bad as the Sith, the Jedi were just as bad as the Empire, I have a whole video on that. You can go watch that. The Jedi were not great at governing, which shouldn't have been their job anyway. The Republic was not great at governing because it had been infiltrated for a very long time by a Sith Lord, and it shows. Anyway, not the point. What I'm saying is that it is important that we get a story that shows that that impact is, in fact, that close to home. That impact is something that's happening on Coruscant. And I like that as, new and not super fleshed out and incapable of standing on their own 2 feet as they are in the Season 7 Clone Wars arc, they grow, and we get to see them grow the same way that we did with Ahsoka herself in the first place. And I kind of love that she's the foundational starting point for them with that. That she has an impact across the galaxy, whether she realizes it or not. Also, I really love that we get to see Ahsoka as separate from the institutions that raised her, knowing that she's not really a Jedi anymore, that she is about to have to forge her own path completely. And knowing everything that's about to come with the implementation of Order 66, I actually think it's super important that we see her forging her own way for a little bit. Also, like, for a season of a show that has so much darkness to it, the "is there an echo in here" line makes me laugh every single time.